guys and gals, Never here from Drake Wing Gaming. It's the mouse for the gaming drag. Today I'm coming back at you with a Let's Play episode of Home Zomewhere Else. So y'all, man, it looks like the menu's changed a bit. Yeah, that's pretty cool, because a certain character has become a bit more important in Chad's life. So let's go ahead and jump right into it, shall we? Alarm change, we're up, and let's go, where I literally left it off. Oh, lordy. Your mind begins to race as you feel Fred's thick rod pulsate against your skin. You can't help but begin to get hard yourself. Oh no, not now! You feel Fred adjust himself underneath your leg, but you do your best to focus on the mission at hand. If he were to wake up right now at this very moment, you'd be ruined. There is literally no justifiable excuse for what's going on. You try to lift your leg up a little more, but you run into the same issue as before. As the seconds pass, you notice Fred begin to breathe less calmly, almost as if he's about to wake up. You need to act now, damned be the consequences. Your original strategy of gliding your leg out of the way isn't going to work. Not unless you plow right through the roadblock, but that would wake up Fred for sure. The only viable option is to throw your leg to your side of the bed. It's going to make a lot of noise, but it may not wake him up. Well, here goes nothing. You turn your body to the complete opposite direction you were facing, making your legs swing up into the air and fall onto your side of the mattress. Excuse me. Mission complete. The sudden movement seems to make Fred move a little. You curl into a fetal position and face the wall as if you're asleep. You supposed to be birds? Those noises. You close your eyes and pray Fred says does nothing. Huh? Nothing. Your heart is pounding like a drum. Part of you wishing you could snuggle up to him. Everything about him is so soft and warm, not to mention how thick it was. Oh my God! You cover your face with your hands, turning red once more. You can't get the sensation of his dick rubbing against your leg out of your dirty mind. Your crotch is rock solid as you slowly rise out of the bed and hide your shame. You get up and skip into the bathroom, making sure your goods are hidden to the public. You manage to get inside the bathroom by closing the door behind you. You flick the bathroom light on and inspect your body. Your battle buddy is putting up a fight despite how many times you push down your boxers. I can't piss like this! You let out an embarrassed sigh as you turn on the sink faucet. You cup your hands together as the cold water begins to pour, splashing your face with a handful of icy liquid. You hope this will shock the boner away. You grab the towel that is at your side and dry your face. Hey man, hop into a cold shower. Then you look down and... Success! You face the toilet and... Once you're done, you wash your hands once more and exit the bathroom. That is his underwear, say Fred on it. As you pass the door, you see Fred, who's wide awake and still dealing with his massive problem. He seems confused as to why he's so hard this early in the day. And in a split second, he notices you looking and turns away from you, trying to hide his package. Too bad you've already seen it all. Good morning, Chad. Oh, good morning, Fred. Shut up. You can't help but chuckle as you walk over to the wardrobe and grab your clothes from the top shelf. You begin to get dressed as Fred gets dressed as well. He begins with his jeans first, but he seems to be having some trouble near the zipper. You watch the man stretch his arms, flexing his muscular shoulders and well-built back. You know he isn't doing it to get you riled up on purpose, but you really can't deny he's your type. Before you can look any longer, the man puts on his shirt and turns around. Damn. He makes his way to the bathroom, smiling as he looks at you. Before he enters, he gives a pat on the shoulder. He closes the door. You walk to the bed and start getting it set. At least lest Kathy scold you for leaving things untidy. Oh, come on! Won't you go down already? God, what's got you so hopped up, little buddy? You do your damnedest not to burst out laughing. Apparently Fred's morning wood is not letting up, and it's all your fault. Mr. Chad! Mr. Fred! Breakfast is ready! You head to the front door and put a wide smile on your face. You quickly pull it open. Tony seems to jump back in fear as he sees your face. Ah! Don't scare me like that, Mr. Chad! Sorry, buddy. How did I scare you? The door was bad enough, but I'm not used to you smiling like that, especially so early in the morning. Your smile disappears and is replaced with your usual smirk. See? I'm used to that, Mr. Chad. You ruffle the boy's nightcap, jumbling his hair. He just smiles until you stop. Time for breakfast! All right, let's go. What about Mr. Fred? Isn't he coming? He's in the bathroom. He's going to need a few minutes. Push, Mr. Fred! Oh my God. Tony proceeds to make fart sounds with his mouth. Tony, oh my God. What? Hey, Fred, take your time. We'll be waiting for you in the dining room. You hear no response as you close the door behind you, the small kitten leading the way. Your heart begins to flutter as a wonderfully sweet aroma gets closer and closer. You can practically taste the coffee on your lips already. You both make it to the dining room and find Kathy merrily cooking something in the kitchen. Good morning, Kathy. Good morning, dear. How did you guys sleep? Good, thanks. Glad to hear it, sweetie. You two have a seat and I'll serve breakfast in a minute. The small kitten rushes to his seat and readies a chair next to him. Here you go, Mr. Chad. I saved a seat just for you. I don't know why, but it reminds me of when my friends would sit with me in the cafeteria. Nice catch. How did you manage to land a spot this nice? Oh, it's a mix of know-how and having the right contacts. Easy peasy. Athoni shoots you a coy grin, almost as if he's a mob boss. Hey, Mr. Easy Peasy, did you take out the trash like I asked you? Athoni gets up from his chair and walks to the trash bin, not stopping his all the while. He grabs a trash bag and rushes to the front door, opening and closing it without a millisecond to spare. You look through the window and see the kitten running to the trash can and throwing the bag inside. He places the lid and starts running back to the house. But it falls off, so he has to go back and put it back on. You look at Kathy, who seems to have a wistful gaze as she stares out the window as well. Finally, the door opens up as the kitten rushes inside, closing the door behind him. Yes, Athoni says as he enters the house and walks to your side, sitting on the table again. Are you sure? I think the wind just blew the lid off. My God. Huh? Athoni gets off the table and pokes his head out of the door. He immediately turns back with an annoyed smirk. The lid is still on, Mom. I can confirm with certainty that the lid is still on. Good. Kathy blows Athoni a kiss as he sits down at the table once more, scooting his chair closer to yours. Your ears perk up as you hear a set of footsteps walk down the hallway. Good morning, everyone. Good morning, Mr. Fred. Morning, Fred. What smells so yummy? I'm whipping up some breakfast for you and the boys. The number of plates I need to fill seems to grow every day now. Go ahead and take a seat. Everything will be ready in a minute. Do you need an extra set of hands? Let me help you out some. Sure, thanks. Excuse me. Damn, why didn't I offer to help? Athoni nudges your shoulder before moving his mouth close to your ear. Yo, Mr. Chad, I was trying the Nintendo DS earlier. It's really fun. Thank you so much, Mr. Chad. Really? That's awesome. Ah, so neither of you know how whispering works. I thought I was going to have to teach you how to use it. Oh, come on, Mr. Chad, I'm not a boomer. If I don't get something, I can just look it up. Plus, I know how tech works. What's a boomer? That's exactly what a boomer would say. Athoni pulls away from you with a suspicious look. You feel like an outcast all of a sudden. Joking. I know what a boomer is. You can hear Fred release a disappointed sigh from the kitchen. Don't lie to yourself. Age gracefully. Sure. Well, sadly, I have a problem. Why? What happened? I ran out of batteries right as I was about to solve the case. Wait, did you really? Yeah, I woke up really early to play it, but by the time it was time to get out of my room, the battery had died. Damn, let's ask Fred later. Hopefully we can get it charged up today. Would you do that? Of course, Fred told us yesterday he had a spare one lying around. Awesome, thank you! You're welcome, and thank Fred later, okay? Why are we still whispering, though? I don't know, you tell me. Alright, boys, make some room. The two of you take your arms off the table and await the delicious food ahead. Kathy is holding 2 cups in her hands while Fred holds a set of plates. Kathy places a cup of coffee in front of you and Athoni's chalky milk in front of him. Thankies, Mom! And Fred follows behind and places a dish in front of you and Athoni. What's this? You look down at your plate and you can see what appears to be a crepe filled with sliced apples and whipped cream on top. A little something to repay Kathy for letting me stay here with you, and not to mention a post-birthday gift for you, Athoni. Wowies, thank you, Mr. Fred! Hey, why did Fred get the wowies and not me? Kathy seems to pout jokingly, her mouth scrunched up to one side of her face. But, Mom, you got the thankies! But I wanted the wowies! Alright. The thankies, Mr. Fred. Wowies! Thank you, Mom. That's better. You and Fred chuckle as Kathy ruffles Athoni's hair. When the fuck does the Mothman come into play? You feel nice. It's almost too good to be true, but you feel almost complete with Fred, Kathy, and Athoni laughing together. Fred and Kathy both walk back to the kitchen and collect their meals. Fred seems excited by what's on his plate. Fred sits down in the empty seat in front of you, while Kathy sits next to him. Before you can even pick up your fork, Athoni starts chugging down his milk like a freshman, trying to impress his frat brothers. You dig your fork into the soft crepe, lifting up a small piece of pastry filled with a rich cream. You munch down and are met with an explosion of flavors. An array of warm, earthy flavors mixed with the sweetness of brown sugar. It tastes amazing, especially with the cinnamon coating the back of your tongue. It's absolutely delicious, but somehow you can tell that Kathy didn't make this. You look at Kathy and Fred, who both seem to be staring at you with intense interest. As you're about to open your mouth, Kathy glares at you. You can tell she doesn't want you to talk with your mouth full of crepe. You nod and swallow the rest while sipping on some coffee. Damn, Fred, when did you get so good at cooking? What do you mean? I've always been good at cooking. Have you tried Mr. Fred's food before? In the past, yeah, but he's definitely improved. Aha! Told you, Mom! So you guys do know each other. It must have been pretty well if he's cooked for you. You stop dead in your tracks. Busted! You look at Kathy, who has a devious smirk, seemingly proud of Thony's wordplay. Yeah, we used to be friends back in school. Those were the good old days. Wait, Chad, how old are you again? I mean 28. Grandpa. You want to talk? How old are you, Mr. Fred? I'm 29. See, he's the old man here. We should get him a walker before he breaks his hip. Sure, I'll store it for when you need it, Grandpa. And besides, I look a lot younger than Chad. No, you don't. And no, you don't. Huh? Come on, Kathy, back me up. The woman slowly shakes her head, and Fred is dismayed to say the least. What? I'm not that old. Mind you, we didn't say old. It's just that Chad looks a lot younger. Yeah, but only with the little baby face he has now. He would look a lot older had he not shaved and cut his hair. Did it look that bad? I mean, not necessarily bad, but improvements were made. And they were made. You look great, Chad. You look away from the group, mildly blushing. Thanks. Ha, you're welcome, dear. Anyhow, these crepes are absolutely divine. Kathy looks away with a mischievous smile. Thank you, ma'am. I usually focus on salty foods, but I do make sweets from time to time. You do? You should definitely let me try those, too. I want to try those, too. Mom, can Mr. Fred come over again and... Yes, he can, sweetie, and maybe he can bring some board games, too. I wouldn't mind joining my boys for a game night. Sure thing. I'd love for the four of us to play some board games. Yay! Awesome! Before anyone else can interject, Thony slides his chair back and hops off of it, his cup and plate in tow. Ugh. I'll go get ready for school. The small kitten skips to the kitchen and drops off the plate and cup into the sink. And Kathy seems surprised by his actions, looking on as Thony heads into the hallway. Her confused gaze is pointed at you. You feel like you committed a crime. Did you tell him anything? I did not. Why? Nothing, just... Never mind, it's better that way. The confusement spreads as you look at Fred, who also seems to be oblivious to the intention behind her words. Anyways, thank you guys for coming over to Thony's birthday last night. Thank you for letting me crash it, and for letting me stay the night too. Considering everything Chad and I did before we arrived, I would have passed out in the cold if I had to walk home. Yeah, and I'll be honest, last night wouldn't have been as fun if you weren't here. Fred seems to smile at your comment. You can't help but feel a little warm inside. Thony's a great kid, and he deserved to have a great birthday, even after his friends ditched him. I don't know why they didn't show up. They've come year after year, and they usually have a great time. But I have a sneaking suspicion as to why no one showed up. What are you thinking? Why wouldn't they come? Well, my husband's gotten quite the promotion. And what may that be? He's the mayor's right-hand man. He's had the position for a few months now, and he's been acting different. And maybe Thony's friends got scared off. They probably don't want to mess with the kid whose dad knows the mayor on a first-name basis. I get that, but since when do kids worry about these kinds of things? I don't know, but kids can be kids, and sometimes they get scared of the silliest things. Maybe they think that talking to Thony might get their families in trouble. That's the only thing that makes sense to me. Maybe it's their parents that are scared. I don't know these people, but I don't think it's fair to make Thony feel bad just because his dad doesn't sit well with them. Did you try to talk to them about the party? I did, but no one answered my calls, no matter how many times I tried. I ended up just messaging them with an invitation, but most of them left me on read. On red. It wouldn't surprise me if the parents are scared. Maybe they're making their kids feel the same. Kathy seems to slouch a little, seemingly dismayed. I'm sorry to hear that, but what do they have to fear? Is your husband that bad? Bad as in, would he use his power to do something to these families? I don't mean to imply anything, but I don't know him, or if he even would. I don't know anymore. I just don't know. Kathy looks down at the table, almost as if she's lost her will to keep going. The silence between you three is so heavy it's weighing on your chest. So, you needed help with your garden? Actually, yeah, I'm going to pause it right there, y'all. Thank y'all so much for watching. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, ring that notification bell, and check out our Patreon if you can. It always helps. Before I go, I'm going to give a quick shout out to our lovely bronze tier patrons. Thank y'all for all you do for the channel. We greatly appreciate your support. Thank you to our silver tier patron, Cade Silver, and thank you for going above and beyond. It's greatly appreciated. Thank you to our gold tier patron, Zeke. You're awesome. We love you. Thank you for subbing to our ultimate tier. Anyway, if y'all want to get your names in the credits, get access to all of our not safe for work contents as little as $5. Alrighty, I love you all, and I'll see you all in the next video. Bye-bye.